for Sarah, I would like to say thank you. Excuse me, I'm burping. To say thank you for starting Tone That Fat and actually giving a platform for people to come forward with their stories and share and talk about their eating issues with food, having issues with their body, the way that they see their body, and so on and so forth. But one of the things, the biggest things when I watch Sarah's videos is I always want to ask, and I wish she would get into it more, and I know part of it is that she's, you know, her background is multimedia, so she's used to being behind the camera, she's used to being behind the computer screen, so she communicates through visual, not through necessarily words, and I think this is a new platform for her to actually be in front of the camera and figure out who that is and what do I'm going to say and how do I share this information with words. But I think it's awesome. I think it's completely awesome that she's doing it, and kudos to her, and it takes a lot of guts to get in front of the camera or get in front of anyone and speak your mind and share and ask them to join you. But I know Sarah personally because she is my little sister. A lot of you out there don't know Sarah, have never met Sarah. You've heard of Sarah through either me, my mother, or my older sister Heather, or my older brother Nathan, or Cassandra, but you've never actually met Sarah, so you don't really know her story. You don't know that she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer in the early 2000s. You don't know that she was gutted 3 times, from chest to navel, from hip to hip, and opened up and had parts of her stomach, all of her uterus and her ovaries, so her female organs were gone at 24 years old. You don't know that it's spread, and when they caught it, she was in phase 3 of ovarian cancer, and there's only 4 phases. You don't know that story. You don't, you know, you saw the pictures of her bald because she was going through chemo, but she doesn't really get into it. I would like Sarah to actually tell her story and share that and understand why, you know, how did it come about that a 24-year-old girl decided that I'm gonna go on a raw food diet and be really, really extreme about it and be a food Nazi and be nothing but healthy and write my own raw cookbook. Well, that's how she got to that point, and I really think it would be great for her audience, and I would like to hear her share her story, because I think maybe you'd understand why she started this Tone That Fat, or why she's asking you to do the smoothie challenge. And the story behind the smoothie challenge is basically she did lose all that weight. She got really healthy after being on that raw food diet for years, and then she slowly titrated back on to cooked food and other food, and then after a breakup and different traumas going on in her life, she just started eating whatever, and her body literally, like a balloon, just boomeranged, and she got really big, and she was bigger than she was before she had cancer. And she started feeling sluggish, she started feeling sick again, and different, you know, her health went to crap. And so she wanted to start feeling better about herself. But you won't know any of this unless you go onto her website. Which, if you're watching her on YouTube, hopefully you will go to her website, but I think it would make a big difference if Sarah would step forward and share her story of why she wants you to join her on this smoothie challenge.